Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee if you are new here. Now on today's video, since it is still Black History Month, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into my magazine slash coffee table book collection. I always like to incorporate my hobby of collecting magazines with Black women that I admire on the cover, or if there's a very beautiful cover that I feel like is a collectible item. I always say when you walk into your home, your apartment, wherever you live, trailer, it should always reflect who you are. When you walk into my apartment, it reflects a Black woman, and that also feeds into the things that I collect. I also feel like I have a pretty nice coffee table book collection I'm going to share with you guys today, but I'm going to start more with the magazines, or maybe I just flip-flop depending on whatever's in my reach first, because I have them scattered all over my apartment. I always say I have things that don't go together, but they make sense, if that makes sense. So when it comes to collecting magazines, they do consider that ephemera. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. Like, I just did it out of the sheer joy and fun of just having a hobby, you know? But then when I start to see other collectors like on social media and they put a name to it, that I knew that I also was an ephemera collector. You just trying to preserve our own history. I just find us to be so beautiful. I feel like Black is beautiful. So that's what I collect. So the definition of ephemera is things that exist or are used or enjoyed for only a short period of time, i.e. magazines. They usually are a monthly subscription basis or sometimes annually. Items of collectible memorabilia, typically written or printed ones that were originally expected to have only for a short time, usefulness or popularity. Now, starting off is going to be this issue of Playboy with Lori Harvey on the cover, and this was a very controversial cover that she just came out with. This is the February issue, and this is, I believe, they haven't came out with an issue in a few years. People, when they hear Playboy, they just associate it with controversy, nudity. It really, to me, it is very on brand for her, but it's not what people think it is. I just feel like it's now a new modern day age type of magazine that they're trying to create, and I find that the images in this issue are probably some of the most beautiful images that she's taken to date. She kept it sexy, but it's also glam and a bit, like, what's the word? Mysterious. Like, she's good for being mysterious, but it's mysterious, but still elegant and classy, in my opinion. Like, this right here, stunning. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, like, this is art. Like, you can frame it. Like, look at how beautiful she looks. Normally I buy 2 issues when I get magazines, but this was $20. So for now I got one, but definitely before the month is over, I'm gonna try to get my hands on another one. So yes, this Playboy is the most recent issue in my collection, and I love it, and I'm gonna cherish it. And you did your thing, Lori girl, okay? Moving on. Next up, I got a couple of Architectural Digest magazines, and this is the most recent cover that I found. It is with Paloma Elser. Lord Jesus, forgive me, I'm butchering her last name. But it was just showing her Brooklyn apartment. And also with Aurora James on the cover. I have her issue. I bought a few of these as well. I love her California house. I believe she still has her Brooklyn home as well, which I don't know if that was ever featured in AD, but it should because it was so beautiful. But the way she customized this home was everything. And you know, Aurora James, she is the designer of Brother Vellies, and that's also a Black-owned fashion company. There's like shoes and accessories, and Paloma is the plus-size fashion model. And I always say interior design and fashion and music all goes hand in hand. Like, it's all just like a perfect puzzle piece that goes together. I feel like if you have a certain taste in music and a certain style and a certain way that you keep your home, it all makes sense. I know minimalism is the thing now, but I feel like when you walk into those homes, you don't know who lives there. It could be literally be anyone when you walk into one of those homes that are minimal, because you can still have a minimal living space and still put your personality into it. And I feel like that's what's missing in people's homes and apartments, are just taste and how they live these days. But slowly and surely, people are getting back to just doing them. They're getting tired of the minimal, and it is clutter free, and I get it. It's calm and it's zen, but damn, okay. Damn. Next up is this 2002 issue of the Source magazine with the Queen Bee on the cover, of course. And I have my magazines, well, some of them. I'm gonna put the rest of them in plastic just to sort of keep them safe and protected away from the little kitties. Because you know my nephew, he runs around and he likes to tear up things. So to prevent that, I have them in plastic and just preserves the quality of them. The photography, the art direction in this magazine is stunning. Little Kim's whole MO has always been merging music and fashion together since day one, since before she was even famous. She always had her own unique style. She was always rocking her labels, always different. I know sometimes people like to say logo crazy is tacky, but she did it in her own way back then, and it was the thing, and it was never try hard like how it comes off now. So I have this vintage issue, and it just makes me so happy and prideful to know that I have got my hands on this. Hip hop has influenced a lot of fashion and style, even home decor. I even seen today on social media, they're selling these expensive couches that are covered in graffiti. Like, you tell me where that came from. Please tell me. And they try to reword it in a way so it sounds fancy, but I know what I'm looking at when I see that. So anyway, we know hip hop's influence on fashion and style and design. And I just wanted to show again, I found this picture in storage. I know it's an original photo of Lil' Kim with one of her blonde wigs, and she just looked so fly, like the dark lip liner, kind of like what I have on now, and I just love her. I'm gonna do a video with my life and style series on Kimmy, and it's coming soon. I just want to make sure it's perfect. That's why I've sort of been procrastinating on putting it out there. I just want to do a little bit more research and just line it up nicely so I do her justice, okay? But yes, one of my prized possessions is this Source cover. Moving on. Hopefully this is a good angle, but I just wanted to show you guys just a few of the pieces I have on my wall as I walk in to my apartment. So I'll show you the first three if you can see. So first I have Lauryn Hill. Hopefully it's not cut off, but I have her on my wall. I thought this was just a beautiful picture. She's another one who just embodies style and fashion and just marches to the beat of her own drum. Love her. Then I have Sade next up here. This is the famous picture with her in her white towel and her red towel on her head. Love that. Then this piece here is Tracee Ellis Ross. I love her. It is her in her natural, and I just loved how she was staring into the camera. Just her big hair, a white t-shirt, simple, embodies a black woman. Just love it. Then next up, if you see right next to Tracee on the next side of this pillar is Marge Simpson. I forgot the name of the artist. Don't kill me. I can't think of the top of my head. But she did the design where she kind of had like swirls in the middle of the characters' faces. She used to do Kanye, SZA, I believe Drake. That was like her whole style to it. But it was just really cool. It's really colorful. And it was different. Like it broke up the monotony of just like the human pictures. So I really loved having Marge Simpson. And I have Solange down there, Grace Jones, and Diana Ross. I don't know if you could see it, but when you walk in down my long hallway in my apartment, it is black women, like I said. So there you go. Next up is my girl Batgyal Riri. I had this April 2024 cover of Vogue China. And this is the May 2022 cover of Rihanna when she was pregnant with her first baby. Stunning imagery and iconic, because Rihanna's first baby, you have to have that cover, have to. Then as far as coffee table books go, I found this coffee table book in TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx is one of my favorite stores, I swear to God. And it's called Rihanna and the Clothes She Wears by Terry Newman. It has so many of like her red carpet styles over the years, especially back in the day. Oh my God. Like I remember this look over here in the corner when she was at the Chanel show with Karl Lagerfeld. But remember when she had the shortcut? I remember when she used to add blonde. This, I believe, was when she performed in Victoria's Secret. It's just interesting just to see her style evolution over the years. And to me, a true icon, they always know how to reinvent themselves. There is no one specific era of Rihanna. You may have your favorite, but the girl is an icon, okay? To go from her Pon de Replay style era to her having her first child era, I'm glad I'm able to say I have it in my collection, okay? Next up is this cookbook that I use as a coffee table book as well, and I've had it for years, and that's Khalees My Life on a Plate. Khalees is Black history, okay? She has put on for the alternative girls for years, and the way she just transitioned to her chef era, oh my God. I don't think this cookbook is in production anymore, but she had some of her best recipes in here, and a lot of people don't know that Khalees is a trained chef, that she went to the Le Cordon Bleu. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. Those are where the best of the best train. Like, she went full throttle and went into her cooking era. And with her, she somehow is able to merge food, fashion, and music. Like, literally, it's all style. It's all style. It really is. Because the way she cooks is so her personality. It's colorful, it's eclectic, it's different. Now she's even into skincare now because she lives on a farm and everything's organic. And you know, like, I just love to have this with the rest of my coffee table books. It's a conversation piece. Not everyone has this because, again, a lot of people don't even know that she's a chef. But I know, and I have it, and I don't think this is in production anymore, so I'm just glad I have this in my collection. Next up is going to be this book called Black Market Vintage. This was released at the end of 2024, and it was a vintage shop in Brooklyn. I believe they shut down, but I don't think they're like out of business. I just think they're sort of revamping. And shortly after they sort of shut down and like they sold off all of their pieces, which I wish I could have got some because they had some beautiful pieces up on sale on Instagram. But they came out with this book. So it's called Black Market Vintage, Reclaiming Objects and Curiosities That Tell Stories. And they collect a lot of ephemera as well. Their whole story is basically what I said. It was just basically trying to preserve our culture and our history, our art, things that you wouldn't think would be considered art that people will just discard and as nothing, just garbage. They sold to their people, where I believe that we should be the ones owning our own art and collecting our own things because we would appreciate it, you know, more than anyone, if you ask me. They have things in here such as typewriters, posters, cameras, passports, t-shirts. They had clothing as well. Like, it's just amazing to have. And this should still, this just came out, so this definitely should still be available for purchase. So I would definitely make sure to get my hands on this if I were you. If I can, I will link it down below if I can find it where it's for sale. So next up, I have a few books that I have out at the moment that are featuring Solange. It is her El Dorado Ballroom, her little book from that performance, and her Apartmento feature when she showed her Los Angeles apartment. And this, I say I wish I would have bought two for this, but I only got the one, and I cherish this with everything in my soul. You understand me? Everything in my soul. Her apartment was just so different, just ahead of her time. I went over a lot of these books and magazines that I have of Solange in the Life and Style video I made about her, which I will link in the show cards or down below just so you guys can watch it. She's always reinventing herself. She's always marching to the beat of her own drum as well. Just like a lot of the women that I've featured here on the magazines that I collect, I live vicariously through them because I'm extremely shy and extremely to myself. And I like to say I march to the beat of my own drum in the house and by myself. And I'm very just shy to express myself. So I like to live vicariously through them and just, you know, absorb their energy and just research them, look at their beautiful pictures, and I just love to walk into my apartment and just see these beautiful things just looking at me and I'm looking at them, you know. So that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed my collection, my little ephemera collection, my coffee table books. I just want to show you guys a little bit of what makes me happy in my collection. I love looking at beautiful black people, beautiful black women, love walking into my home and seeing me, because we are art, like I said. Let me know if you're a magazine collector, if you have like any vintage pieces. I know someone on TikTok said they wanted to start collecting like those old hair magazines. Like, you know, you used to go into the salon, you used to like hype hair and Black Beauty, all that kind of stuff. I thought that was so cool. But let me know if you collect any magazines or what do you collect in general as far as black art is concerned. So as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, whatever it is on the screen. Follow me on my social media channels. I am Renee Lennox on pretty much everything. And until next time, bye.